Hey y'all, can y'all hear me now? Oh my God, I was talking all that time and y'all could not hear me. That is crazy. Hey y'all down in the comments. I did not see that. It did not say that I was live, but at the end of the day, I will repeat what I had to say. But I was seeing my kids off anyway, so the oldest ones. So y'all really didn't miss too much. But the conversation that we're going to have here tonight, basically, as y'all can see in the thumbnail, is a worldwide story. It's about a young lady named ZIYAH Harris. As you can see, her abuser, which is Jarvis Butts, right? But we have someone like him, like, is right amongst us. It's been a conversation within the saga for weeks, okay? And it seems to be something that's been going or been a back and forth, which shouldn't even be a conversation. This young girl innocence was stolen, and in her situation no one protected her. But in this situation, thanks by the grace of God, the grandmother took custody of Maine's kids, or Maine's girlfriend's kids, as a shield for whatever they may be preyed upon. But there's so many people in so many situations where the victims are dismissed, and the abusers are coddled, and then these people are able to go out and live lives. See, Jarvis, he just so happened to unalive this young lady and take her life away due to the factors of a pregnancy that may have been happening. Not once, but twice. The first time, he basically gave the young lady a plan B, and then the second time he unalived her because it wasn't happening. Now, in the case where Maine has played a part throughout the factors, hey, everybody coming in. In the case where Maine has played a factors in the saga, the only thing that's different for me with him is that he didn't unalive his victim. There was text messages between Maine and his victim. Maine violated his victim. The only thing he didn't do was unalive his victim. And it's not something that is alleged, because for me, anything that goes to a court of law and a judgment is made on, then that means that someone else seen things from the same point of view that I did. That little girl was violated. Anytime your rights as a human being have been removed because of the acts that you chose, hey, y'all down there. Hey, Gemini Rising, because of the acts that you chose as a grown adult, that screams guilty to me. So when other adults are willing to coddle someone that has such horrific charges underneath their belt, this is not a bank robbery. This is not someone that stole someone's money or belongings. This is someone that stole someone's innocence, okay? And in the factors of them stealing someone's innocence, even though they didn't unalive their victim, they still get to walk free and continue to be an abusee, even though the child may not no longer be around. But this man said willingly on his own live during Thanksgiving time that he was still going to be around the victim in question. So now, with that being said, if that's not coddling a abuser, and how can I say dismissing a victim, then what is it? This man Jarvis is all over the news because he unalived this young lady. But what about the people that is actually interacting with these people, knowing that they on paper, that Maine is on paper? Hey, Dark and Lovely. Let Tay know if she wrong. What's the difference in the factors of Maine and Jarvis Butts, other than the factors that one unalived their victim? There's text messages that's disgusting between the two. They both took someone's innocence, which happened between the two. And this man had the nerve to say that his victim basically came on to him as if she liked him, as if she was a grown woman. You as a man to even see that as a young girl coming on to you, and you not correct yourself as an adult, that already lets you know that the pedo is definitely pedoing. There's no excuses. for this man at all. So for me, it's a very sensitive topic when it definitely comes down to it, because so many young girls fall through the cracks when it comes down to situations like this. And this is why people don't like to tell when something happens in situations like this, because they still continue to be abused over and over again by the people around them, even down to the people that's supposed to love them the most, even down to the factors of possibly placing blame on them for what happened to them in a situation. There is no difference. They both sick as fuck. You absolutely right, Mel, and that's what I feel. So I don't understand why this has been a conversation to why, oh, that's that man's past. That's that man's past, middle, future, and fucking present. Once you get a staple in you like that, that's not something that ever goes away. That young girl will never be able to take back the fact that that man took her innocence away, just like the factors of ZIYAH Harris. So what makes MAINE any different than JARVIS? Somebody's going to have to tell me. And if somebody decides to have, because people will say, and this is my thing, oh, this person don't have morals and they came off so disrespectful. But anybody that's going to stand up against a pedo, I don't give a fuck whether I didn't know what you was then. I don't give a damn if it was something that was whispers. Once I actually see paperwork that shows me who the fuck you are, there's no more dealings happening. It will never be words that come out of my mouth that would ever say within a day, oh, that's that man's past. What? Well, that man's past will be that young girl's forever. That will be her forever. This is a sensitive topic for me too. Thank you for bringing awareness, because yes, because I don't understand, why is this man even a conversation? How do he even have a platform on a worldwide web where most children are entertained? It's like a breeding ground. It's like him going to fucking McDonald's at this point and ordering a Happy Meal, and the Happy Meal is a child. This man exchanged text messages just the same way Jarvis did. He groomed the factors of a kid and then had the nerve to say that she came on to him. But in the factors of this young girl coming on to you, if this is what it is that you say while you bragging about still getting to be around the young girl on Thanksgiving Day, as if to say, yeah, I'm on papers for her, but I still get to, like, what? Make it make sense. MAINE has to do his annual, yes. Anytime you're on papers and the man that stands behind the stand says you are guilty in so-and-so crime for doing such and such to a young girl for such and such, that's what it is. I don't know why people are trying to change the narrative. Now, did it take, or would it have to take, for him to have unalived his victim, for people to actually see him for who he truly was? This young girl went to somebody and told them her story. And obviously the facts followed up with her story, because this man is now on papers. Thank God it's not the young girl on papers, obituary papers, and people saying goodbye to her from her family, because this man decided to unalive her before she got a chance to tell. This is the classic case that this young girl got to grow up with this as a situation. This man is talking about him being able to move around, and when he get off papers, as if it starts a new life for him. No, that mark of death never goes away. Hey, Angela. Hey, Simon. Tay girl. Next was like this. Yes. She told her, right, yes, version that the girls lie, and yes, can't have. Listen, I'ma just be honest with you. I read some of It didn't even take for me to get deep involved into the paperwork. Okay. First, the fact is that it was paperwork. That was enough for me because he wasn't found guilty on something that was innocent. He was found fucking guilty, 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 and there was no innocent. The only innocence that was stolen was the young girls. But even getting to the factors of the paperwork, some of the things that I read that this man said or that happened between him and that young girl was fucking disgusting. So as a woman, you having him sitting next to you on your panel when you have a daughter, a sister, a mother, yourself. So you mean to tell me it would have taken for your coochie to be stolen in order for you to feel some type of way? That's crazy. Welcome everybody coming in. People need to stop victim shaming. This kind of trauma never goes away at all. At all. And I'm a perfect and prime victim of that. And it's like a slap to the face. That's like me having to see my abuser on a platform every day with these big block ass fucking teeth, smiling in the face of people talking about he's so funny. Yeah, you so funny, all right. What the fuck is funny? How could y'all even promote something like that? And how would y'all even want other people to support something like that? If the fact is this man is lucky that he's not DEAD. Because if it came to the factors of if that was my kid, that's exactly what his ass would be. Ain't no sitting next to me on a panel. That was his past. That was his past. Say that to that young girl that's no longer here. Say that to ZIYAH Harris. Say that to the young girls that had to go years with not being able to speak on them being violated just for the factors of the way situations get dealt with. That's why I said, even in the case of this shit that's going on, fuck a saga. Okay, a lot of people is dealing with other trauma that has way more deeper roots than this goddamn saga. So that's why when it came to the factors of Fee going through her situation, fuck the factors that or what part she played within the fucking saga. People played parts. That was a grown-up act. That's what a person chose to do as a fucking adult. The innocent child could not prevent the shit that took fucking place. As the same as me and as the same as Nazaya. I mean, like, bring justice for some type of people. Show the respect, even if we may agree to disagree. You ain't even gotta like me. But to play upon the trauma that goes with me would be crazy as a person. And don't no good luck come from that with nobody. Because until something happens to somebody in someone's family close to them, where they could possibly relate, or something happens to them themselves, then those words that said that it's cold, they will definitely turn into karma. Hey, Diamond. Hey, Latanya. Hey, oh, Angela, yes. Josephine. And the people, yes, condoning this shit. That's the thing for me. The fact is that they condoning the shit and just sweeping it under the rug. Yeah, that's something that he did back in the day. Like, at the end of the day, that's just like, excuse my French, being GAY. Once you get that booty hole taken, ain't no coming back to being straight. So that's just the same way it is in that young girl's case, in my case, and any other female's case that innocence was taken away. And it don't just happen to little girls. It happens to little boys too. And this is the reason why people do not tell people the shit that they go through or deal with. He gave his 4-year-old with his 4-year-old daughter. Oh, you gotta finish the rest. He gave right. Let's talk about the factors of Maine having cases on him for leaving his kids in the fucking parking lot while him and his fucking wife go and gamble in the casino. Do all of this stuff go unforgotten? I'm confused of what the conversation is here. Right now, you got a world of people looking into this one case with this young girl. But the justice that comes with this young girl is also justice that comes with one of many. We're one of many, because at the end of the day, we don't get to see the people. Everybody don't get to see the person that harmed them get taken care of or get penalized. Some people have been blamed for the situation that even happened to them. This man had over 20 kids with multiple, and I'm talking about Jarvis Butts, okay? He had multiple kids with multiple women. He worked at a car shop, had the little girl. Why would little girls be going to a car shop to clean up a car shop? But the fact is that that was a cover up, because me personally, I feel the whole family should go to fuck the jail in the case of that little girl. And in the case of Maine, anybody that salutes him and say that his crime or whatever he did in his pastime is not that serious, or it doesn't have anything to do with him or them, they should be the fuck under a jail too, just for the way that they think. Just because something has never happened to you, you can't take it as serious as, oh well, or like what? Hey T, hey Tisa, like what? Diva, how you doing tonight? Like, I'm really in my feelings. Like, even talking about the situation, it got me kind of shaken, because I don't understand the mind process or the thought process of people to where this could even be a conversation. People throwing the SA word around like we talking about goddamn fruit roll-ups or fruit snacks or something. We're talking about human lives being fucking violated. And so many people that we deal with on the everyday basis, me being a content creator, just being honest, I'm a human being too. So in my life, I've dealt with it. So it's to be able to hear people talk so freely about something as it's nothing, it hurts my fucking soul. To be honest, I could understand being cold. I can understand being a little non-fucking caring in certain situations, because I'm a person that really don't give a fuck either. But it got to be some type of I don't give a fuck boundaries in situations, because to keep coddling these type of people and then keep victimizing victims, it's crazy. You got to definitely watch what you say. Even down in our comments, our chats, you know how many women have been violated in those two same letters, SA? So when people goddamn throwing that around as if it's just a regular day conversation, how many people could you be triggering? Back down to opening the wounds that never actually healed. Okay. And then they tell people, and this is one thing that I honestly agreed with Felicia on, forgive the fuck who? I didn't do shit. I'm not forgiving nobody but my fucking self. So at the end of the day, when it comes for being forgiven, that's up to the man to the upstairs to do. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to forgive you either. So enjoy your days in hell. That's it. Forgive what? That's that mind manipulating shit. Don't try to convince me to re-victimize myself or re-manipulate myself to make it seem like what happened to me was okay by giving another person forgiveness. No, the fuck it was not. No, it was not. Don't try to mind manipulate me to say, well, if you give another person forgiveness, that helps you move on. No, the fuck it don't. That will still carry with me all of my goddamn days. It may be a little bit more easier some days than others, but for me to say that I can forgive someone and that's going to make it no longer affect me, what rabbit ass mind are you out of? I got daughters, okay? I got nieces. I got aunts. I have myself that's been, but at the end of the day, you could never put yourself in a person's shoes that have been abused booze. So for you to speak on to even, I don't give a fuck. I would change the topic. Everything else about a person would be a topic except for that as a topic. I wouldn't be able to find the decency in me as a person to even be able to have that type of conversation unless I was being sensitive to what a person has been through. And if I'm not going to choose to be able or choose to be sensitive, then I'm just going to not speak on it. But to speak on it and come across so harsh, that's just like the fat bitch Aunt Shannon that was that little girl aunt that was dating that man and had 5 kids by him. She found them fucking messages on Instagram, okay? They knew something was not right in that situation. And even if they did, I don't think it would have changed their goddamn actions in the situation still. They look like the type of people that would have blamed her for being fast, or she put herself in that situation, or anything to that type of nature. It's crazy out here. People don't have no morals these days. Like, certain things is not even or shouldn't even be a conversation. If I know a certain something about a person, or even if a person comes out and tell their certain story about said thing or something, if I did disagree, I would have to do that in the back of my fucking head or in my mind, because to have the nerve to possibly come out and speak on something as sensitive as a situation like this, and know the other people that I may be affected. Yeah, you may be speaking to one, but you may be affected multiple and many. Hey, Maya. Multiple and many. 9 out of 10 females in the room, if you ask them, or if you say to them, or if you even bring the conversation up to them, either them themselves or someone close to them have been within this situation. This young girl, ZIYAH, lost her life. And if y'all been following this court case, okay, it's very heart-wrenching, or heart-wrenching to say the least. So to have a person like MAINE able to have a platform, and Black women actually have the nerve to say out of their mouths that was his past, as if he used to smoke crack, rob banks, or cheat on his wife, and now he no longer do these things. No, this nigga stole cootie. What the fuck part are we missing? And it's on fucking paper. So why is it a conversation? I am so fucking pissed, because I would think that, okay, in certain situations as a saga, people have an opinion, right? It's your opinion versus my fucking opinion. It's an opinion. But when it comes to something as serious to something like SA, that's not something that's opinionated, especially when it's not something that's allegedly, and it's something that's in black and white paper, baby. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So we actually gonna have somebody, like not for nothing, we gonna have somebody come and say, we're gonna actually have somebody come and say, right, that they had charges of doing XYZ, right? They got a platform named MAINE So Fucking Funny, right? MAINE So Funny. What the fuck is funny about MAINE? What has MAINE done that was so fucking funny? I don't find it funny if, even if a person says, I'm a human being. We all go against the factors of people trolling and this, that, and the third. This man said that while he was on live, they was trolling him, and people actually went with this in his fucking defense. Let's talk about it, okay? Because his victim, thank God she's alive. But as long as he's alive, her ass is still dying on the inside every day. And this nigga still get to come over for family fucking gatherings. But back to this, okay? This man actually said, hey, Miss Lasonda, he said at the end of the day, He decided to pick this comment out because people was throwing shots at him. So the comment that you decide to read out of all comments is, I got it from a 12-year-old girl because I couldn't get it from a woman, or whatever the fuck you chose to say. Ain't no man that's standing on any type of fucking morals gonna ever find it in the power for them to say some shit like that. So for anybody that believes that bullshit, y'all just as stupid as he is. Like, we playing fucking games. If you don't stand for nothing, you gonna fall for any fucking thing. And if people could stand up in the factors of some people fucking divorce that didn't have nothing to fucking do with none of us, how the fuck could nobody stand up in the factors of a case that there's black and fucking white? There was no papers on Robert, bro. And we still 3 years later, even my grandbaby said it. We 3 years later, okay, and people still talking about this man. This nigga get a whole fucking platform with paperwork on him in the factors of some dizzy fucking hens saying, oh, well, yeah, that was his past. Well, bitch, you need to be in the past. You need to be in the past. If his past is that not much of a situation to you, then let's let him do what he did to the person that he did it to. The same thing to you. And let's see if you feel the same fucking way. All you gotta do, I'll tell you how. All you got to do, listen, Michelle, all you got to do is type in anywhere, YouTube, Google, any site that you choose to, and type in the ZIYAH Harris, okay? And if you choose to type in or figure out the main story, you could definitely go to goddamn page, okay? And she definitely had put I don't know if she privated the video, but on Amber page at one point in time, I think maybe like a month ago, 3 to 4 weeks, she had put the paperwork up. All right. But the fact is that there's paperwork to put up. It actually went in full-fledged what this man did to this young girl. Not a grown-ass woman that's a drunk. Okay? Not a grown-ass woman that's promiscuous. Not a grown-ass woman that's making decisions for herself. He did what he did to a child. Let me repeat that. A child. So anybody that has a child, want a fucking child, be around a child or children, or have love for any type of fucking children, how could Maine ever get a fucking pass? He need to be right in that fucking jail cell with JARVIS fucking butts. If you ask me, stop playing with me. The wrong people be getting a fucking pass. I'll give a person a pass for being a motherfucking drunk. I ain't the one giving them the goddamn drink. But I ain't giving nobody a pass for taking no fucking cootie. Because even the cootie that they took was not fucking given to them. So what pass comes with that? Deaf. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Tay, I love how loud you speak on issues. Yes, yeah, and I don't mean your tone, but yes, I listen, because if you're going to use your voice for something, use your voice for something that's going to actually make sense. If we could have used our voice for this bullshit for the last 3 years, and I say bullshit because everything in it, we was not there for these two people's lives. We've been speculating and going off of what they chose to bring to the internet. Okay, there was never no fucking paperwork actually that made anything a fact or a definite. The only thing that was definite in the situation to us was the marriage, the divorce, and the goddamn kid that was had. All right, ain't no change in that. But far as any type of paperwork that ever came out far as a person being accused of being an abuser or anything like that, that was never nothing that happened. And people use their voice in that situation loud and fucking proud. Loud and proud. And to this day, Live after live, live after live. People done got goddamn graphic designers for their fucking thumbnails and shit to make cartoon characters of Robert and all type of shit. Why the fuck Maine ain't been a cartoon goddamn character? Why ain't be no type of fucking petition on some listen? Whatever, listen, if you a man that's on a platform, that's you a man on a platform. But you won't be a man on a platform that I either support, defend, or be fucking next to. It was people out here fucking borrowing money from a pedophile. So we borrowing money from people. So from one addiction to another. I'm gonna need some money for you for my addiction from a person that got a deeper addiction. He steal cooties and she hit slots or casinos or whatever the fuck. So because you let me borrow something that I'm gonna excuse the fact, well, you ain't let me borrow it because he ain't never give it a shit. Okay. But the fact is that you still was willing to communicate and support a person like this. I don't give a fuck. I don't respect disrespect. And any woman that's supporting that man is disrespecting his fucking victim every fucking day. Fuck the people that you not sure about the victim or sure is a victim. How about the one little girl that you know was a victim and it was a victim of him? Stop fucking playing with tech. If we gonna talk about something, let's talk about something. We talked about Robert Dick for a week. We talked about Brianna fucking feet. If this bitch winked, then somebody making a video about it, including fucking me. So at the end of the day, we got a man out here stealing pussies and nobody got nothing. No, he ain't even stealing pussies because it wasn't grown. He's stealing cooties, okay? Crotch from a child. So now when something like this hits the fucking news and you got somebody in a situation right close to you that did the same fucking thing and you got grown ass women giving him a fucking pass, each one could kiss my ass at the end of the day because that's a slap to me in the face as well. The fuck is y'all talking about? They are the kind of people that you tell something happened to you and they don't believe you nor do something about it. Exactly. Because I don't give a fuck if I don't like a person. I'm being realistic with you. The morals in me, I would just have to move on, B. If that's the only information that I had on you, nigga, that would be nothing that I would ever use as a shot to you. The person in me wouldn't allow it, baby. The person in me would not allow it just for the respect of the people that it possibly took or happened to. You got motherfucking how many content creators that make bum ass lives on an everyday fucking basis, talk about they fucking bloggers and XYZ. Why nobody took the fucking story? And put the fucking paperwork out if you need to go back and read the fucking whatever you missed. But for people on that side to have received the same fucking paperwork and seen the same thing that we seen, who the fuck is delusional? Who the fuck is delusional? What's delusional is his fucking wife to be married to a man like that and let her fucking kids be in guardianship of her fucking mama. But thanks for the grace of fucking God, at least those kids is being fucking kept safe and out of the fucking praise of him. A platform. He was really allowed to come in this fucking saga. I don't give a fuck if you was from either fucking side. That was never supposed to fucking happen. What? Hey, Ramona. Hey, Blessed Beyond Measures. Hey, everybody coming in. Like what? Hey, last chance, but it says, thanks, Tay, for speaking for all. Right. All the girls, yes. Hey, Cree, because if bobblehead bitches was a thing, at the end of the day, do you need your daughter cootie to get stolen? Somebody in your family cootie to get stolen? At the end of the day, you're a grown-ass woman. So if you choose to give that garbage shit away, that's your fucking choice as an adult. But when you speaking on something that has to do with SA and we talking about fucking minors, you got to come a different type of way. You got to come a different type of way. Ain't no passes on that. For anybody that was a fucking victim, I'm saying, like, what's up? Like, really, what's up? For the bitches in the front, the back, the sides, the pockets, the bushes, the clouds, the fucking ponds, the oceans, the seas, the Netherlands, the fucking Antarctics. Tell me what's happening. Bitches could speak on Robin for 40 days and 40 nights, but we gonna let a pedo get not only for, like, what? Like, what's the difference between this man and Jarvis fucking Butts? If somebody could tell me a difference, I will shut the fuck up. There was text messages, there was violation, there was hymen breaking. Let me know he's on paperwork as a pedo. Let me know if you could find a difference. If you could find a difference in the two, then Taya be quiet, bro. No, the fuck I won't. I'm lying. But if you could find a difference in between the two, then maybe you will get me to calm down a little bit. There's no difference. I got daughters, okay? And I've been overprotective of my daughters. All of their, like, we ain't no spending the night at nobody house. We ain't fucking doing that. Cause ain't no uncle, cousin, brother, fucking friend gonna just so happen to be going in the bathroom in the middle of the night and touch nothing that belongs to me, baby. Because I'm telling you, y'all will see Tay on the news. Like, I remember her, the colorful unicorn. Oh my God, did y'all hear what happened? And I put my life on that. Dead serious. You know how many people look at MAINE as they fucking abuser because they abuser was not able to be penalized because some of them is dead and I wish the rest of them would die. But in the case where some of them is getting to live, they not thinking about the pain and the innocence that they took away. This man is thinking about moving and when he gonna be able to get off papers. He got people that's praising him for buying a new house instead of saying something about this fuck boy not being in a fucking jailhouse. They clapping him on for talking about he's going to eat Thanksgiving dinner with his victim. Are you fucking shitting me? He's a bitch. Anybody that supports him a bitch. Anybody that said what he did in the past is a bitch. And at the end of the day, I wish a bitch would, bitch. Because at the end of the day, why is y'all bitches playing with me? That shit is not fucking funny. Y'all done talked about people dead fucking kids. A dead kid done came to the factors of the news screen, okay? Because somebody decided to take and steal her fucking innocence. And we got somebody like that right amongst us. Hey, everybody coming in and y'all sitting there like, what is the conversation? If niggas couldn't agree on nothing, I'm sorry. That's something everybody should have been able to agree on. Tell me I'm wrong. Hey, rather get the cheddar. I thank God mine's right. Thank you, Cree. I thank God for my 29 and my 27-year-old. But I still got a 14-year-old girl out here, baby. And I'ma just be honest. When I was violated at 8, I ain't have nobody to protect me from a snake just like fucking MAINE. The fuck? What can a child do that could turn a grown-ass man on? Are you fucking kidding me? Nah. I'm so terrified to have a child because of what I went through. I have nieces and a goddaughter, and I'm so overprotective. You see what I'm saying? But then you got bozo bitches out here just throwing essay in the air like we talking about fruit roll-ups or crackers or goldfish goddamn snacks. At the end of the day, a baby is in the goddamn news for the same shit that this man that is amongst us is on paper for doing. So anybody that says, oh, they support him or even act like they support him or defend the factors of what he did in the past, like he came back or was in rehab from being a crackhead or alcoholic, or he used to rob banks and he no longer rob banks no more, or he used to cheat on his wife and now he don't cheat. No, this man was out here stealing little girl coochies. Look, and that's the one that told on him. That's the one that told on him. So you gonna disrespect, so with the little girl lying? So she's a liar. Even though there was proof, circumstance, in fact, this child is a liar. Y'all got to be fucking ashamed of yourself and proud of it. Talking about she liked him. Like, what? I love you too, Retta girl. You know that. I feel, listen, it's for the factors of both of us. People got to know fucking boundaries. Okay. And in this fucking saga, people be fucking goofies. They try to use people trauma to hurt them. And I don't think that's fucking funny. If you calling a bitch a dumb bitch, if you calling a bitch bald headed, if you saying a nigga got a little dick, then all that's fair play. When you start talking about people, kids, and people being S8, that's not fucking funny no more. I don't even know how anybody would be able to use that as a shot. Anybody that uses that as a shot should be fucking shot. Let's talk about it. People be too free and comfortable with talking about the wrong shit. If we not talking about a healing process about going or getting through it, then why are we talking about my situation, period? Niggas thought that it was funny. Yeah, you need to get your situation together. Ain't you the bitch? Yes. Yes. People will try to make, but at the end of the day, my trauma was never my trauma in my situation. At that point in time, that was my fucking testimony. Because I'm not going to allow something to hold me back. They may have stolen my fucking innocence, and I may have been through some shit on my path, but my voice has not been fucking taken. And that is my gift for other people that possibly may be going through shit and maybe fucking silence. I could speak for them. People could talk about somebody fucking divorce, try to make all type of friends and family members in this shit, want to get $1 off of it, but nobody's going to actually talk about some real shit when some real shit need to be a fucking topic. All you bullhead bitches in the fucking bushes, y'all could come the fuck out, because I know that y'all fucking near. The fuck is wrong with people? Like, that shit, I don't say much. I really don't. And I really don't pay attention to the dumb shit that people do. Because for me, that's exactly what it be. Dumb shit. And I'm never going to include myself in nobody's dumb shit. So when it comes to anything that has ever contained or came up with my name, I've never entertained that shit. Because it was dumb shit. But when people start talking about people being SA, people dead children, people dead mama, like, at the end of the day, are y'all bitches stupid? Like, certain shit's supposed to be off guards. I don't give a fuck who you are from either side of the fucking yard. What about you worried about your own blessings and worried about the fact is, listen, what I do to this person can ultimately in the end come back to affect me. What that man did, that little girl was stolen away from this fucking world. Well, who knows the gift she was and the gift she could have been? How about the people that's not even here no longer living? Why is these people not able to fucking rest? For the people that's lost kids, that didn't get a chance to have fucking kids, with any type of kids or any type of shit to this type of nature is involved. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hey, A Stokes, you got this sick ass fuck up here. Thank you. Thank you for supporting me. I don't give a fuck about the super chats and the cash app. Y'all be so bad, so worried on pocket watching a person that y'all let the other shit be a disregard. This nigga is a pedophile. That's what his documentation states. You know how somebody may call somebody else in the saga bald-headed? Okay, that's an opinion that some people actually is bald-headed. That's not an opinion. Okay, but it's the difference when your opinion of a person is that they bald-headed. Him being a pedo is not an opinion. It's a fact. Oh, it's a fact. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that there's a pedo amongst us, okay? And unfortunately for us, there's women that's also rallying behind him, to say the least, to say that it was in his past, baby. His past? So what we doing is we're using people's trauma to re-abuse them. That's some weak bitch shit. Because of the only thing that you could hurt me with was some shit that you didn't actually do. It came from the factors of things that was out of my control. Then that actually showed that I got control over you as a weak bitch, because that's the only thing that you knew that would hurt me in the first place. My traumas. Losing somebody, that's a trauma. Being SA'd, that is a trauma. Dealing with some of the things far as domestic violence that women have dealt with within these situations, that is trauma. So when you got to fight somebody with something that they already been fighting in life, use a weak bitch. Come with a new weapon. Come with a new weapon. Bring some shit I ain't been through. All right? Do that. Do that. Do that. Hey, T baby. Do that. Like, people done lost their goddamn motherfucking marbles. And that's why I said, I comfortably said the other day. Because see that little girl Nazaya, that's me, that's Fees, and that's a couple of other million girls across the globe, baby. At the end of the day, because when your innocence is taken away, even though some of us is still living, that's like our death day, okay? On the innocence part, because for a person to lose the right to make the biggest decision of their life, even down to the factors of losing somebody, that's not something you even get a choice in. So for somebody to throw that at you as a weapon, are you stupid? Like, yeah, you got to be stupid. But you know, stupid is, stupid does, stupid is, stupid was. And anybody that chose to say the factors of what this man did or make it or dumb it down as if it wasn't that serious is crazy to me. So yes, I definitely came to speak on the situation, because being that it's been a situation for the last couple of weeks and the focus is more on Felicia than with the factors of what Felicia got mad at. I don't give a fuck what anybody else say that they got mad at. If she got mad at niggas for fucking with a fucking pedophile, then I'm rallying behind that. I'm rallying behind that. Where the fuck you sign up? And anybody in their right mind would have did the same thing. It was the distraction with the arguing back and forth, because at one point in time, the content creators was on it. And then people started going back and forth. You see, my grandson is even pissed off. He in the next room, he mad. Because he know his grandmother is mad. Because I don't understand why we in here playing this goddamn day room bullshit. But it got to the factors where the people that was speaking on it had to get distracted by basically defending themselves, because they was being attacked or going through whatever situation for whatever reason at that point in time. Hey, Blueberry. Other than the factors of it being respected, that people was even speaking out on this situation, letting it be known. Listen, you know who this nigga is, right? You do know who this nigga is, right? And you know what he's done, right? And you still have no problem with him or being attached to him, especially for the ones that have any type of kids. Any type of kids. I'm fully confused. I'm fully confused. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong for being confused. Is it anything that I have said tonight that y'all would feel that would be considered as wrong? If you agree with me, please drop a 1 down in the chat. If you disagree, please drop a 2 down in the chat, because one thing that I do, I am willing to take in other people's opinions. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Lisa. So with that being said, let me know, have I said anything wrong here tonight? If niggas could fight for a man that, or argue or go against a man for 2 to 3 years, and there was never no paperwork on him that said that was he did any of the things that was said that he did. How could you have a man that got paperwork on him right in front of your fucking face, and that's not a case? You mean to tell me that that's not a case? So that's not a slap to the face of a little girl like Nazaya, or a young girl that was me, or a young girl that was fucking Fee, or anybody that's possibly or could be down in these chats right now that had to deal with somebody stealing their fucking innocence. I'm confused. This little girl was 11, okay? While this grown ass 40-something-year-old man was fucking on her. Okay? He unalived her because she was about to bring a baby to the fucking world that he impregnated her with. Okay? Now, what's different in Maine's situation is what? That the little girl didn't get pregnant, or he didn't unalive her, but he still did unalive her in a life form because he stole her fucking innocence. So what's the difference between Maine and Jarvis? I'm gonna scream that shit to the mountaintops. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck who feel away. If you feel away, you felt the way. It'll be okay. Won't be the first, and it won't be the fucking last. But if we gonna stand for something, we gonna stand for something. And I don't know about nobody else, but if I'm gonna stand for something, I'm not gonna just put my voice to anything. That's why I don't put my voice on people that got to do some, or with people in the factors of this fucking saga. I don't give a fuck about the next bitch. If I said something, I said it. It's my opinion. Either you agree with it or you don't. I ain't never throwing no fucking shots. I'ma say what I'm saying, and if you take it how you take it, then that's what it is. That's your problem, not mine. But when it comes to something as serious as fucking SA, Tay got something to say. Tay got something to say. And for anybody that chooses to protect the fucking pedo, then at the end of the day, you just as sick as the fuck he is. Hey, Sonia. Come on. That's a slap to the face to people that's been there. Breaks my heart too, Miss Lisa. Definitely breaks my heart, because I would think that people got more respect not only for others but for themselves to even get caught in a situation or a topic that is so, or could be so sensitive to many, and it not be for the factors of being on the approach of helping. Even if you get into a disagreement with the person, I don't think that that should be something that should ever be a topic, because what you're saying to hurt them, that one person, you could be hurting many. Many, not just one, many. Now you become an abuser. Now you are an abuser, because verbal abuse is a real thing. And I done seen some of the most respected people get disrespected. I done seen some of the people that shouldn't be respected at all get praised for the shit that they do. And I can never praise anything, because I can't respect disrespect. And it's certain levels of disrespect. I'm being realistic with you. Okay, I could say you disrespected me because, all right, you took my sandwich without asking me. And respectfully, you should have asked me for my shit before you ate it, right? But now, still in my motherfucking coochie, ain't no giving that back. You can't give me a return sandwich, or I can't get another coochie. I don't get another restart. So my innocence will never be replaced in me again. So when we talking about the factors of victims, a victim, or a situation, why wouldn't that focus be put on a situation that's right in front of our face? This saga opened up the doors to a lot of other things other than that divorce. It opened up the doors to a lot of unhealed people, and who people and what type of people really are able to be on these fucking platforms. It should be some type of, if it had to be some type of mental pass for people to be able to be on this platform, less people would have fucking platforms. I'm being realistic. If you had to do a background fucking check and your records had to be ran before you could be on this platform, it would be a lot less people on this fucking platform. If they actually put in the things that it takes for you to apply for a city or a governmental job in order to have this platform because millions of people get to see this shit around the world, it would be less goofy ass people on this platform. I stand on that. I stand on that. My grandson even agreed. Y'all some fucking goofies. And he's screaming that from the next room. Okay? And he only 11 months old. And he already old enough to know. Certain shit is just the no-no. I'm gonna make sure he no. But he definitely ain't gonna have to ever worry about having to steal no goddamn coochie. The fuck? It guarantee, grandbaby, guarantee. And this is the type of people that we don't want our kids to grow up around. Fuck be like around. Both is a safety hazard. But when you got somebody that's a known pedo on paper and gets on camera every day and talk to hundreds of women on a platform, are you fucking kidding me? And these sick bitches be in the chat. I support you, Maine. That was your past. We all get over our past. You know, things can't be held against us. Bitch, what type of crack are you smoking? That must be that new millennium rock. Because if you believe that shit by any source of the word, then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They not only get on the platform and support him, they send him a pedophile. It's like they sending him in life commissary. Because when you on papers, you still on punishment. You still have to let your movements be known. Wherever you at, you have to know, let it be known that you are there. You are not supposed to be around kids, okay? So in the fact is of you having those type of stipulations, it's like these dizzy bitches is paying him in life commissary. Like he on punishment and receiving fucking cash apps and super chats as a reward for being on fucking punishment. I'm confused. Of course, he has a fucking platform on social media because it's illegal for his ass to work anywhere the fuck else. He can't work within the public in any place where kids may be fucking involved. He talking about, oh, I went out into the community and I helped kids. How you helped kids and you couldn't help the one that you stole the goddamn cootie from? It would have helped for you to stay the fuck away from kids as a whole. Personally, going around and giving out fucking snacks don't look nothing more than fucking pedo. A pedo going around kids to make right what he did to another kid. Where the fuck is the confusion? That's like R. Kelly sitting back in McDonald's, goddammit, waiting to buy somebody a fucking Happy Meal. People have their prey. They surround themselves with the things that they like. He didn't do no motherfucking, going on. It's nothing that you could do for that. So I can't even say he didn't do it. There's nothing that you could do. There's nothing that could have been done. It's just all disrespectful. Yes. Like, come on. They saying that he gave a 4-year-old chlamydia, and that wait, did these bitches actually read the same paperwork that Amber put out, or did they have cataract in their fucking eye? I know some people behind, and I'm not even being funny when I say this, Lord forgive me, okay? Because my eyes ain't so healthy either. But I know some people ain't got the best of eyes. But was they reading this paperwork backwards? Okay, because listening to the case with ZIYAH, okay, and the way that they read the situations with JARVIS, just put MAINE name in replace of JARVIS. The only thing that's different is MAINE didn't unalive his victim. He was texting, he was fucking, he was violating. What's different? The age was the same. Let me know. Let me know. The only difference is MAINE victim got a chance to tell. And then he got reprimanded, which lets it be known the acts that he actually created. The only way that we found out about Jarvis' acts is because his victim ended up unalive. But let's talk about the people that's within that situation. Okay, he been on paper before this young girl. She was not his first victim. This man was picking up women, single women that had kids, just to be able to get close to them. So they already knew of him and his habits, just like these dingy bitches already know of Maine and his habits. So my confusion is, if that's a person in their past, right? Normally, something that's in a person's past, like crack, bank robbery, cheating, and shit like that, the way that you know a person relapsed is because they wind up doing whatever they did in their past all over again in their present. So the only way that y'all would basically hold Maine past against him is if he stole some new cootie in his present. The old cootie don't count. I mean, let me know. Let me know. It's always the ones that's close to the family, okay? That's why I will tell my kids, and I'm being honest with you. They always tell our kids, oh, what happens in this house stays in this motherfucking house. Oh, no, baby. Oh, no, baby. If you feel you got violated in the motherfucking house and you feel that you can't tell mommy what happened in the fucking house, you let it be known what's happened in the motherfucking house. If that's going to be the way that mommy have to find out. But to make kids feel like if something happened to them in their household, for them to never talk about it, that's the most fucked up shit in mental state or process that you could put into a fucking kid, okay? And then for people to coddle the abusers and then dismiss the victims be the shit for me. That's like re-victimizing people over and over again. Now you have become the abuser. Serious. You and me both, girl. Hey, Sexy Ray. You and me both. Like, the conversation makes me sick to my stomach. And I respect Retta, Am, and Alexis, and any other woman that has played a part in this situation and seen what was being or what was taking place in this situation. And even though there, or people could say people don't got no morals and this, that, and the third, and people is delusional and this, that, and the third, when a real topic came up, a village came to fuck together. I don't give a fuck what you say about anything or any other situation, but when a serious situation came about, it had nothing to do with the person's actions. It had something to do with the person's situation. Yeah, we all tap into this fucking saga, and it's supposed to be entertainment fucking purposes only. But when it come down to somebody being SA'd, if that is a case, that's not entertainment. That's some serious shit. All laughing stops. All jokes stop. I don't give a fuck if I don't like a bitch. I ain't even gotta befriend the bitch at this fucking point. But being sympathetic is something that I'm going to be. And if I don't have nothing good to say, then I'm not saying nothing. 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 Okay? Not a fucking thing. Not a goddamn thing at all. Like I said, boundaries. Half of these bitches will take up for them sick ass people. Yes, say that part for the people in the back, because that's the case for me. Kids will tell them yes, and they will make it seem like, oh, it's the kid's fault, or they'll still choose the nigga over the kid in the first place. Maine is married. He's a married fucking man. He got a whole bitch laying up with him every night. And how fucking low of a budget sponge do she feel that even if she was within his life, he still had to fucking fuck a little girl to get his thrill off? And you was willing to give custody of your kids to your mama to still say stay with this sick ass nigga? Are you fucking kidding me? He couldn't even get fucking both rows of veneers, nigga. He was only able to buy the top and copped out on the bottom. Like, that goes to show you he half-assed in this fucking world. If I'm not, like, not for nothing, the only thing that he did all the way was still that girl innocence. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. People making it seem like, oh, they're bashing Felicia. It's about bash. Okay, we don't went past the factors of her being a drunk. All right, you could call a drunk bitch all fucking day. No disrespect, or if you know, whatever. You could call a girl bald-headed all day. You could talk about a person doing what they do all day as a grown woman and the grown decisions that they made. But once something happened to somebody as a child, that's off limits because those decisions wasn't made by them. Those decisions was made for them. Okay? So I'm confused how that's even a conversation. Mm-mm. He should be in jail right next to Jarvis. He should be in jail right next to Jarvis. If nobody spoke on anything within this situation, then I collectively think that this is a situation and a person that should have definitely goddamn been spoke on. And when the people decided to speak on him, they was attacked or distracted with some bum ass or dumbass argument that took it off topic to where he still got to get swept underneath the fucking rug. And then once people started getting heat about it, they tried to make it seem like they was distancing themselves, even though they was close as hell. Y'all talking to this man on the phone. Niggas is having conversations talking about him and how he moving homes, borrowing money and doing this, that, and the third. That's a relationship. Anytime you feel comfortable enough to ask somebody to borrow some money, not fucking 10, 20, 100, 40, 50, 200, and $300, no, $1,000 motherfucking. So there was a close enough relationship to a person where you could say that you and this person was friends. I'm not being friend with a man that I know steals underage fucking cootie. Ain't no pass for that, especially somebody that has been abused in their younger life themselves, whether it was due to the factors of being mistreated in any form. It didn't even have to be to the factors of SA, but you know what it feels to be violated and your innocence to be taken away. When somebody verbally abuses you and as a child you can't control it, when somebody physically abuses you and as a child you can't control it, and just like in these cases, when someone decides to SA you in a child case, you can't control it. Those are all situations that kids could not control. So even if you was in a situation where someone physically, physically or verbally abused you, you should be able to understand the factors of a child having to accept something that takes their innocence away because they can't defend themselves. They can't. Yes, definitely, Miss Lisa. Definitely. Definitely. Victimizing all over again. And like they say, hurt people, but it's a lot of heal people that should be able to heal people too. But in this case, that's not something that you could ever heal from. So at least comforting somebody in a situation like that from which they've come from, it would mean and say a lot for the people even that has dealt with it, even for a person that you may have a dislike for. If I dislike you, I just dislike you. I'm gonna say everything else under the sun about you if I choose to entertain you. But that would be not something that I would ever be able to speak on when it comes to a person, whether it's I agree or disagree, because my morals wouldn't let me. And anybody that's able to sit and listen to somebody talk about SA and it's not in a nurturing way and it's in a disgusting way, then you're just as bad as the people that you are listening to speak on it. And that's period. It's one thing to enjoy drama, but at the end of the day, when do the fucking, like, come on now. That's a whole different level. That's not even drama no more at that fucking point. You're basically a co-defendant witnessing someone else's abuse. You're watching somebody and listening to someone verbally abuse someone else. And in certain cases, when certain shit happen, if you was there, it's called the wrong place at the wrong time. You can definitely go down for somebody else committing a crime just because you was there to witness it and you didn't do anything to fucking stop it. And if you stayed around for it, then that means it was something that you wanted to see. I'ma just be honest. It be certain conversations, certain lives that I'll go into. I don't bless every chat with my voice or I don't go on other platforms rarely anyway, unless it's for something that's positive or something's happening. But I don't bless every chat with me typing. Everybody doesn't deserve the blessing of your presence. You understand? Because sometimes I'll fall into a person bushes. And just the fact is of the conversation, I'm just happy that I don't choose to entertain it or engage with it. But certain shit I can't even stick around for because I can't even look at a person the same just for the shit that they chose to entertain. Like, nah, I thought higher of you. Even though we ain't agreed on, some things, maybe because people got their own opinion and things. We don't like yes men. So for other people, hey, vet, to have an opinion, then that's a great thing. That's an open discussion. Some debates are great when you're having a debate with a person that is knowledgeable, because when you got somebody to pour, or somebody that could pour into you with information, or you could pour into another person with information, it's the transfer of information. But when you're talking to somebody and you're getting nowhere with the person that you are talking to, that is wasteful conversation. And some people, you can never get them to see things from your point of view. But if I was to give a person a point of view and I took a view of a person, because see, you never know who is in our chats. And I stand on that. I wouldn't be able to get affiliate programs and brand deals. Some people may be entitled to some things, but ain't nobody gonna want you coming or promoting anything that has to do with their company if they just so happen to be in your bushes one day and they actually see your true thoughts and how you feel about certain things. Sometimes your mouth can be your own weapon against you, most times. How anybody could say that they came to start a business in any type of way? You're a failure to yourself. It didn't take anybody else to destroy you, because you single-handedly destroyed you by speaking on the things that people choose to speak on. Now they need to go to jail as well. Everybody go to fuck the jail. Everybody need to go to fuck the jail. Right with Jarvis, the same person that's on TV and on every fucking outlet all over the fucking world for what he did to this little girl. So anybody that think that it's kind of cool to be cool with the fucking pedo or give them a pass for the things that they do, then they need to go to jail with him to fuck too. Hey, Doris. Cause I don't understand it. People gonna have to help me help my fucking self. You could talk about anything under the damn sun. Like, why more people ain't did this story? Naziah Harris. Justice for Naziah Harris. Bitches really come and click that fucking live button if somebody be like, you know what? That bitch lipstick was ugly today. She got one eyebrow. She got one. People will do a 2-hour and 3-hour live about the stupidest shit. But I don't see nobody doing nothing fucking important. I don't give a fuck if I come and drop a video every fucking day. I'm still sticking to the fucking content. I'm not making no next bitch my focus. At least one that's not on how can I say, under a lens to be focused on. It just don't make sense to me. It just don't make sense to me. It don't. It don't. It don't. So I'm listening to the things that's being said. And some shit I can, because I'm not always on YouTube as a content creator or as a blogger, even though some people is at work 24 hours a day. That's why you can't have conversations with people in the back end and all type of shit, because you may become somebody's goddamn content and not even know it. You could just literally be having a conversation with somebody, and then when you and that somebody is not cool anymore, or however things may work out, now you see everything that y'all talked about, which was supposed to be in the backyard, in the front yard. And I think that that's the corniest shit ever, because a person that's recording only has an intent to use something against me from the beginning. That's right, baby. That's right. Fake shit. See, he in the next room and he even know it. Lisa from How Are You With Children, Relationship, Social Life, etc. It's the sickest shit ever. This man literally said he was going to have Thanksgiving dinner with his victim, the same person he on paper for. Let me know if I'm losing my mind in any type of way. Any adults in that situation, what's the difference between the adults in that situation versus the adults in the other situation with ZIYAH? Just being honest, they knew of the situation, because if they still allowing this man to come around that little girl, knowing what he's on paper that they can see he did to her, fuck the shit that they might never know that was done to her, and he's still able to come up underneath the same roof? Are you fucking kidding me? Off with all their heads. All of them need to go to jail. All of them, all of them, all of them. And thank God, like I said, the grandmother took custody of the kids, but that's still a useless bitch, the one that he's married to. And that's why a lot of children do fall victim to these nothing ass niggas, because the bitch would be so worried about having a nigga or keeping a nigga and not losing a nigga, that she will allow the shit that a nigga do, whether she know that is right or wrong, to continue, just so she could stay up underneath that nigga, just like a stupid bitch would do. Because ain't no way I'ma find out that a man is capable of something like that, and as a woman, I'm going to be able to have any type of dealings with him anyway. Nigga, at that point in time, you just become greaseball to me. Like, ew, I don't give a fuck. You're a man child. Ain't no difference between Maine and Jarvis. Okay? And I'ma say it loud and proud. I'ma scream it for the people in the fucking back, and hopefully the people that decide to replay this video get to understand where I'm coming from, because it got to be a lot more respect for victims, bro. Just like that's like a female that dealt with domestic violence, and that's like saying to her, well, that's your fault you got punched in your face. You shouldn't have never dealt with that nigga anyway. What? You said what? So you blaming me because this nigga decided to black my motherfucking eye? You gonna say it's something that I must have did? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That go crazy. That definitely go crazy. So I'm the reason that I got violated, or I got physically assaulted, or my face got knocked in between the washing machine and dryer, because someone else couldn't handle whatever or control whatever urges came over them to hurt someone else. That's what you telling me? So when it comes to the factors of the child being violated, it was because the child couldn't handle themselves, or the adult couldn't handle themselves or control themselves with the fucking urges that they was having. And ain't no real adult, because that man was old enough to be that child's grandfather. People having babies younger these days, let's be real about it. And now we see why. Child ain't always fast. So when you see that young girl and she pregnant, don't always speculate that she was just out there being or fucking. Sometimes she was actually being violated, and that shit could come from someplace close to her. Sometimes young girls become promiscuous in a lot of cases because at least I'm able to make the decision myself, and my power is not being taken away from me. I at least now have the power to make the decision for me. I might not be making the right decision, but at least I'm able to make a decision, something that was fucking stolen. And being that the decision was taken away from me at such an early age, now even as a woman, I don't even know how to process it to be able to make the right fucking decision. Some women still deal with PTSD, even in their regular relationships. Niggas can't just touch them any type of way. It reminds or triggers them of some of the shit that they may have been violated in some type of way. Hey, Joanne. Like, I'm sick to my damn stomach. I done seen every live under the sun about, and it's just a conversation about me. It's just a conversation for me. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the thing that it is for me, and I'm going to stand on it. So if anybody feels like in this live ain't no shots being thrown, I'm actually saying what I'm saying. If you stand behind a man that got those type of papers on his name, just like it's fuck him, it's fuck you too. You just as bad as he is. And that's on period. That's definitely on period. It is what it is. And hopefully some people collectively see what the bigger picture is. Because this is a big situation. And I'm just being honest. You may have the chance to actually save someone else. Just because this man has not been, how can I say, no, I can't say that because he has. Because he's on paper. So just because this man has been on camera talking to people and they feel like he's present within the day, oh, I could see him, so that means that he's not doing anything at this point in time, so I'm not gonna how can I say criminalize a person for something that I can't see them doing? These cameras go off, right? At some point in time, the off button becomes a thing and people go into their real life. He did not steal that little girl cootie on live. So at some point in time, he did that shit in his own time. You mean to tell me he don't have his own time anymore? And maybe he done got smarter to the factors to instill fear and or more fear into his victim, to now the victim will be afraid to tell, unlike the last one was, because certain urges don't go away. Certain urges don't just go away. And if he gets so much grown coochie as he say, why did you have to fuck with a little girl in the first way? I mean, the first place. I don't give a fuck how much grown coochie you have gotten, grown pussy you have gotten. It will not account for that one little girl coochie you have taken. So somebody passed the word, okay? Because I'm pretty sure, because word travels fast in the YouTube streets, all right? And if we're going to speak out about anything, it's going to be somebody that we know is on known fucking paperwork, all right? Fuck the factors of what somebody old life used to be. This is their life forever, baby, just like the victim. Let me look at these comments to see if I missed anything. For real. Yes, yes, Blueberry Boots. What's the difference between the text messages that was in that paperwork between Maine and that young girl and the text messages that was between Jarvis and that little girl? Like I said, the only difference is this little girl's story is being told while she's unalive, and this little girl was able to tell her story while she was alive by the grace of God, but it's still being swept underneath the rug as if it's nothing. Let me know if y'all can hear me. My phone just fully cut off. I guess that was the devils and the demons. Was Butts a registered sex offender? Yes, he was, Karen. He sure was. Yes, he was. He was on paper. Those people knew that he was on paper. And not for nothing, that goes to show. Did you see how, I don't know if you watched the case, but those people were so they had no emotion on the stand for that little girl. Not the grandmother, not the aunt. But then once tapes came out after, far as how the grandmother even used to talk to the little girl or the kids that she was even irresponsible of or was responsible for, is crazy. Because where do you go to or where do you receive protection from when your own home is like a hell? This little girl was groomed into what it is that she was doing, to where it was a normal thing. In her mind, that was her boyfriend. He made her as if that was his girlfriend. She was 11. Okay, and that's just far as back as, because a lot of the text message that came out and that was read was the factors of messages that was deleted. Okay, so that goes to show you information is always information. It don't matter whether you delete the information or not, because they was able to go back and track those text messages a year to 2 years back. So that means that's from when that girl was turning the age, from the girl being 10 turning age 11. But what if he started touching her before they even started texting back and forth? Because by the time they was texting back and forth, she was already comfortable with him. So that already lets you know that the situation had happened long before the texting even took place. So for people to know of a person being on paperwork and they allow it, or they allowing this man a pass, what makes them any different than those family members that was in that household with that little girl? That's like a person coming and telling you, listen, this person hurt me, and you making it seem like they voice have no volume as if they've said nothing. That little girl's statement is on paper, word for word, and this man tried to come on his platform, and by debunking what it is that she said in the process, the only thing that he could come up with is that she liked me, she was like, she came on to me. So basically that's another way of saying the little girl was fast. But even if the little girl was fast, what do that have to do with you being a slow ass fucking adult and taking advantage of it? I'm just being realistic. So you made it seem like that's like as if a grown up, if you chilling with an adult woman and she just come and start, sucking on you, that's okay. That's a grown ass woman. But now you tell that same scenario when it comes to a child, it should not get the same fucking reaction. No way, no how. No way, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. So when you see them two on my goddamn thumbnail, that's because he don't take himself the situation seriously. See, him getting that paperwork was like a slap on the wrist. Him still bragging about him going on being able to have Thanksgiving dinner with his victim. That's how you know he got a slap on the wrist. But had he been behind bars, serving time, and they feel like, oh, or he feels like because he didn't serve any time, that but you serving time every day that you're on paper. You're serving time every day that you're on paper, because you have to walk around in the world as a known pedo. Anytime something has to do with you attached to your government name, it says pedo. That is now like your surname, sir, senior. Like if you was a junior, like if you was Maine Junior, that shit will follow behind your name like JR, pedo.
I'ma scream that shit until I don't know who the fuck hear it. Maine is a fucking pedophile. How do he get to be on a platform with millions of women that have birthed children, lost children, want children, around children, or have any type of love for children, and be able to give this man a pass about violating a child? And then a woman got fully attacked because even though I may stand on the same side of y'all for one thing, I don't agree with this shit, and this is not something I'm going to stand next to. She was fully belittled on the factors of her beliefs. It wasn't never for the factors of because something of that nature was done to her. So I can never stand next to a person like that. What I didn't know, I can't be at fault for. It was all allegations and speculations. But now, once I read this man paperwork for myself and I still choose to go along with the groove, now I'm a fucked up person. Now I'm a fucked up person. So if Felicia decided to be a fucked up person for anything under the fuck sun, you could call me fucked up for being an alcoholic. You could call me fucked up for being fast or a prostitute or whatever the fuck y'all choose to call me. You could call me fucked up for whatever reason. But nobody will ever be able to say that I'm fucked up for standing next to a fucking pedophile. And for anybody that rose up and stood next to her on the factors of disagreeing with that situation, y'all get the ultimate respect from me. And that's the village that victims fucking need. Because fuck that. All bets is off. You said what? You was vowed? Nah. We not with that. We not with that. I'm not with that, and anybody that got any type of morals shouldn't be with that shit either. So for people to go and listen to a person be able to speak on something of a nature that people is getting violated every fucking day, every fucking 24 hours, every second in the day, a child is being violated in some type of way, and you be able to go on your panel and not discuss it in a way where it may be nurturing, helpful, or conducive or knowledgeable to the next person that may be dealing with that other situation, but it's to speak in or of the situation in a negative nature. Nah, you can't be a smart person at all. Lady is a she. Let me see. Because he touched one of his own daughters, and it said that they haven't found that child body at all. They sure haven't. They sure haven't, but they found her sweater, her glasses, and her ID. But the sweater that they did found that was in belongings to her, it had knife holes and stuff in it that would let them know that basically she had been hurt in some type of way. I don't know what to say about people these days. This case broke my heart, okay? And anybody that may be watching this the ZIYAH Harris case and seeing the things in the way that her and JARVIS BUTTS engage. If you a person that has been SA'd in any way, it is definitely a trigger warning. I'm gonna be honest for you, to see how comfortable he was with engaging with that child the way that he did, to listen to those text messages. You would have never thought that he was talking to a kid. And some people had the nerve, because see, I observe and I do my research before I speak on anything. And some people in those comments to those court cases, videos and stuff, had the nerve to be saying, look at how she's texting him. She's fast. You could tell she's fast. If this man has stole your innocence since you was how young, now you taking this as something that is normal. It's nothing that's out of the normal. I'm going to give it to him because he's going to take it any fucking way. So at any point in time, if I can make it a more comfortable situation to me, I have no choice but to go back into this household. My own mother doesn't have custody of me. custody. My grandmother does have custody of me. She does not treat me well. My aunt is a piece of shit, and anybody else that's in the house is of no influence. I have no way the fuck out. Maybe if that girl pregnancy would have came to light, that would have been her way out of the situation, because in school they would have tried to figure out how is this 13-year-old girl pregnant. Okay, and what they would have said, she had a little boyfriend or she was out there being fast to cover up for his ass. Let me know if this child is fast and doing all of this texting, he was the grown man that he should have digressed from that situation. Blueberry, the bad part, he was the one that was enticing the situation and furthermore telling her to make sure that she deleted the messages to show you, or to show that, or any type of anything that would show that they was having any type of communication. And then when the aunt did at some point find messages between them on Instagram, she didn't approach him like an irate aunt would. And the fact is of defending her niece and calling the fucking police, she was going back and forth with this nigga as if she had found out like he had done cheated on her with the regular bitch on some, oh, I don't like this, that, and the third. Like, wait, what? How was you not the person to call the police? But these are the same people that said that they was letting these little girls go down to this man car shop and clean. What the hell do a little girl need to be cleaning at a man's car shop? That's an oily, dirty, disgusting fucking place that only men be. Let's be realistic. What place is there for a young girl to be cleaning? What place? But that also was his mating place, because he also used his place of work to meet single women, to meet women, period. And all of the women looked a certain type of way to them. They possibly seen this nigga as a fucking prize. Yeah. And I'm not saying no disrespect to anybody, because some people really don't have security in themselves. They're very insecure with themselves. So when you get a guy that may look, or when some women get a guy that may look a certain type of way, they may hold that man as a prize and throw the shit that he's actually done behind them, just because they have this stature of a man. And oh my God, he's with me. And regardless to what the relationship may be, people find reasons for the most stupidest shit, but it do be. And he had a certain type, and it looked like his type was women that wasn't so secure within themselves. And not only was they not so secure within themselves, they were also single women that had children. And what do he prey upon? Children. And the bad part about it, he has at least 20 children of his own by multiple different women. The Aunt Shannon alone had 5 kids by this man, which lived in the house with them. So that means that the same person that was victimizing her, she was growing up with his kids. Her and his daughter was the same age. Basically, like, her name was Zanaya, right? Wait, Naziah. I'm sorry. Her name is Naziah Harris, and then his daughter name is Janaya. So it's Zanaya and Janaya. The names wasn't that far off, just as well as the age is not that far off. So if you was able to do that to her, what makes it any different than you doing it to your own daughter? There was none. And far as we know, he was doing it to his own kids. To be realistic, because this man was on paper not once, but multiple times. It was no secret. So that's why I ask again, what is the difference between Jarvis and Maine? What's the difference between Jarvis and Maine? Other than the fact is that Maine didn't unalive his victim. Shit. How we know he wasn't feeding his victim plan B so it wasn't no pregnancy? Okay? You can't say what a person was not or did not do, but it's on papers that that motherfucker did something, which makes him a sick fuck. And anybody that stands up for a sick fuck and make it seem like whatever they did was in their past, they need to go to jail right along with his ass and people just like him. Yes, Blueberry. Yes, definitely so. That's crazy. There's no difference between the men. He was on paper. He was on paper. The family still accepted him around knowing what he did. The family still accepted him around knowing what the fuck he did. This person violated the little girl, was text messaging back and forth with her like she was a grown adult. This person was text messaging a little girl and vibing and doing things with her like she was a grown adult. So I ask again, other than the factors of the unaliving, and that's not even different because once he stole this little girl's innocence, he killed her spirit. She can never get that back. So now her going into the world and making decisions for herself, people probably gonna try to call her all type of hoes and this, that, and the third, never realizing that her situation is stemming from a situation that she had no control over, where someone that had control over the decisions that they make didn't choose to make the right ones. And it damaged that person or whichever people that has been damaged forever. You can't tell people how to heal. It may be easier for some people than others. And what do healing look like? Healing looks different for everybody. The way you heal may not be the way that I need to heal. And how the fuck do anybody know how or what it takes to heal when everybody process is different? You may listen to music to heal. I may eat to heal. Or do you understand? Different people deal with different things differently. Miss Lady, hey Tay, I'm so happy you are covering this story. Praying for, yes, Naziah, definitely justice for that little girl all around the world and other little girls like her that don't have a voice or that have used their voice and still been silenced. That's the part for me, to use your voice and still be silenced, or to have been protected and was left so vulnerable with no protection at all. It's a terrible thing. And then with it being so many grown folks out here that should be able to use their voice for something a little bit more sufficient, as in the factors of getting justice for people that is being violated in the case of SA in certain situations, far as that, versus them using these conversations to attack. That should never be an attack mechanism. Because even if I'm throwing an attack at this one person, even though that's not something I would want to use to attack a person, I wouldn't want to throw that out there at one person and wind up hurting many that actually have been through a situation. And it feels like a voice is being silenced again because the conversation is not being talked about in a nurturing nature at all. At all, at all. So for me, you got to be careful for what you say, because a lot of these situations don't come to the forefront until a child ends up on the news or unalived or something very much tragic outside of the factors of them being essayed in the first place for it to come to the forefront. Because like I said, if this man did not get arrested for the factors of unaliving this child, even though they have yet to find her body, she possibly could have still been in that household being violated by this man. And who's to know how they would have played off the factors of her having that fucking baby? Because that's what caused the situation to go the way that it did. He telling the little girl, I can't come in you. Like, wait, what? That ain't stop you last time. Wait, what? When I tell you my stomach, like my stomach, my thoughts, my soul, my hurt So when you got this goofy nigga over here on the platform comfortable with saying that a little girl liked him, how you fix your lips to even say some shit like that? Mm-mm. 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 I'm not the type of person to wish bad on a person, so I never will. But I do definitely, in fact, and I know that karma is real. And what you put out for someone else will definitely become for you one day. I say it in my videos about the small shit, but it definitely plays a part in the even bigger shit and is worse. And what may not come and be karma for you, it can be karma for somebody that your ass actually care about that have to go through it. But karma definitely gonna come when you they definitely do something to that extent. Guys, this is so sad. This story breaks my heart. Yes. And I'm actually in the factors of editing a video that I've been editing for, like, I won't even lie to you, the last 4 or 5 days, just trying to get every little outcome of the case, look at things from different, aspects, hear everybody testimony in the case. But it seemed like to me, every person that got up on the stand, I just got more and more pissed off. The only person that I was appreciative of getting on the stand was the abuser sister. She had more emotion than the people that was actually blood related to this little girl. She was giving off the energy that each one of them should have been given while they was on that stand. I wanted to hop through that fucking TV and just snatch Shannon by her fucking ponytail. Like, I ain't even lying to you, because bitch, you knew. You knew. Ain't nothing nobody could say to tell me that her fucking oompa loompa ass did not know. But sometimes in cases, a person to feel like as long as he fucking in-house, I ain't got to worry about the nigga running out-house. And I know that may sound sick, but these are sick people that we dealing with. These are sick people that they dealing with. The grandmother tried to sit there and act like, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't disrespect or like to disrespect or wouldn't disrespect my elders. But in that case, I would have snatched Granny straight by her pressing curl. Straight off that fucking stand. Because if she wasn't like a center block with no emotion, just came off so cold, made it seem like, oh, hey, Lativia, I made it seem like as if at the end of the day, everything was so uniformed and organized in the house. They said they prayers before they left in the morning, and yeah, they had the cabinets and stuff locked up so these kids couldn't even get to the food. Let's talk about it. Okay, even in the video, before these people decided to pray with these kids before they even left for school, the grandmammy is cussing them the fuck out. Oh, you stupid, this, that, and the third. If you needed fucking socks, why you ain't tell me before? Like, and on camera, people will come on camera and act like they the sweetest people that you could ever meet. Just like we see as in the case within this goddamn saga shit. People talk a good one, but actions always speak louder than words. And people actions always outspeak their voice, because the actions that they possess be way louder than the words that they speak. Because if you got morals, it's just certain things that you could not do. And I'm just being honest with you. We all get out of character some type in time, in some time. Some shit causes for you or should have you get out of character at some point in time. But one thing that Tay stand on, and you can see that I've been clear of throughout this whole scenario, I'm not saying certain shit to nobody that I'm gonna have to take back. By God, not even myself. Yes, they did. Who has looked on refrigerator? And yeah, locks on refrigerator. Okay, yes, she had that food locked up so them kids wouldn't be able to get it. They failed her, sure did. And these same people that's on this goddamn internet, this platform that's coddling Maine, is still how can I say, failing his victim that remains here. Because if this man is on paper and it's a known fact of what it is that he did, how is there any type of pass for him? Just like I think that this man Jarvis, fuck time, he should be fucking execution. He should get the death penalty. He should definitely get the death penalty. Jail time. No, you need to be off just like you off that little girl's spirit. You need to be off within yourself. Ain't no coming back from what you did, so it shouldn't be no coming back the fuck for you. Just like instead of Maine being on fucking papers, it should have been off with his fucking head too. Nigga, them papers, he don't take that shit as nothing but as a slap on the fucking wrist. And that's the thing, that there's no shame that come with the shit. For a person to even try to debunk a story where a judge made a motherfucking judgment, that means you plead that same stupid ass case in court, and it did not work in court because the judge still made the decision that he made against whatever it is that you chose to tell him. He did not agree and still went in the favor that you was a fucking pedo, friend. No, not friend. We damn sure won't call you friend. That's old sarcasm. But he damn sure listed you as a pedo, put you on paperwork for however amount of motherfucking time. And at the end of the day, that's something that should play in your storyline all the fucking time. Because it don't go away. Just like that hymen don't come back. Once that hymen is gone, it's gone. It's gone. No fucking pass. That bum ass nigga do not get no fucking pass. Fuck him. I don't care how much money you got. I don't give a fuck what house you live in. I don't give a fuck who you say you are. You will forever be a fucking goofy creep. A sick fuck that likes to touch children. And any, like I said, woman that chooses to defend is a sick fuck too. What? He thought he ate. And then the rebuttals that he gave, even like I said, down to that line, he decided to sing. If I can't get it from a grown woman, I'm going to take it from a child. What? How was that trolling? If you already got papers on your ass, how is that trolling? That's basically speaking on who the fuck you really are, because that's actually what the fuck you did. So you was not trolling, you was speaking on who you actually is. So why are people trying to change the fucking narrative? But he's only being supported by sick fucks that's sick fucks just like his sick fucking ass. Listen, I know you still cooties, but yo, you got $1,000 I can borrow? Yeah, man, I'm harder for some cash. I know you take, I know you be taking ass unwantedly and everything or whatever, but I'm kind of in the bind. You think you could let me hold $1,000, homie? What? What? And for other people to get on their panels and be on some, well, Maine ain't never did nothing to me. He doesn't come off as if he's that type of gentleman. Well, what type of gentleman is the gentleman of a pedophile? You have to let me know, what is the criteria of a pedophile? What does a pedophile look like? Like, you tell me. If there's a certain description for a pedophile, can somebody please drop it in the chat? Because then we should know, like, do they come with warning labels on them or something? So is it the little girls' faults that are not able to read or did not read the warning label that may come with a pedophile? See, a warning label gets put on a pedophile once they get put on paperwork. The paperwork is the warning label that nobody seems to see, right? But if you don't see a warning label or there is no warning label, what is the description that comes with the toucher? I'm trying to figure out what description or what profile or what looks like a fucking pedophile. Maine is a sick fuck. Any bitch that's following up behind Maine is a sick fuck. And at the end of the day, he's on paperwork. Hey, Lexus, he's on fucking paperwork. And what makes him any different than Jarvis Butts? Other than the fact is that his victim is still alive and still able to be fucking punished because you got his weirdo ass on a platform comfortable with able to say he's still able to eat Thanksgiving dinner. And then you got bitches on the platform talk about that was his old life. No, a old life is when you used to smoke crack. A old life is when you used to cheat. A old life is when you used to possibly rob banks or sell drugs on the fucking block, you bozo bitches. A old past is not when you used to steal little girl ass. Excuse me. Excuse the fuck out of me. And I'm sorry about no, I'm not, because I'm pissed. Fuck them bitches. Fuck the bitches that choose to stand next to a bitch, because Maine is a bitch. Justice for ZIYAH fucking Harris. And death be upon anybody that's like Jarvis Butts. So that means Maine fucking weird, sick ass too. Everybody want to sit here and be fucking distracting the fact trying to attack somebody that they felt, okay, if Felicia decide, and I'm going to continue to say this, to attack grown ass women as a grown ass woman, that's what a grown ass woman was supposed to do. She could not attack her as a fucking child because her innocence was fucking stolen. All right. In that case, she couldn't defend herself. So her actions shouldn't even come into conversation. Imagine that little girl that is in somewhere in this world that they can't find her right now. And somebody say the shit that they've been fucking saying as if she could have prevented the shit that was fucking done to her. If you don't have nothing good to say, people shouldn't say nothing at all. And as an SA victim, I feel like I got every fucking rights to say what I'm saying and feel some type of way because I'm going to stand up for every victim that has been silenced. But SA, fuck that. Any bitches that's in them chats that's sitting there listening to that, they need their fucking head knocked off. All right. And it shows the person and the people that they fucking are. When you got somebody sitting there borrowing $1,000 from a fucking pedophile, that's not some sick shit. That was a friendship. This bitch was friends with somebody that was stealing fucking cootie. And for you to be somebody that said that you was abused as a fucking child, disrespected and given away by your own mother, you was fucking ZIYAH fucking Harris at one point in time, fucking stupid. The only thing that you alive to tell your fucking story. So for you to fucking stand next to somebody that you know stole somebody fucking innocence, are you kidding me? And I don't give a fuck with no bitch come up here and say, y'all can talk about my closet, y'all can talk about my kids, y'all can talk about any fucking thing. But you can't say that Tay ain't got no fucking morals because you won't see me standing next to nothing as fucking disgusting as a fucking Maine. I got daughters. Fuck you mean? I got nieces. I got sisters. I've been in a situation myself. And even if I have not and did not have no fucking kids, as a person that has morals, I just couldn't do it. Exactly, Lexus. Fucking disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. They disgusting. He disgusting. The whole situation is disgusting. How comfortably people is talking about this situation. The SA throwing the word around as if it's nothing is fucking disgusting. Because if people are not talking about the situation to help victims that have been in the situation or come out of a situation, if they in a situation, how could people use that situation as a fucking weapon? No good luck. No good luck. No way. Sick individuals is an understatement. Sick individuals is an understatement. But people actions show you who they really are. Me and a person could agree to disagree. Nobody has to agree upon the same things. Nobody is forced to see things in the same way. As we said, that's possibly why there was a saga in the first place. People chose to believe different things. But when it comes to something of that nature, I didn't think that there was a side for something like that. I thought everybody would be on the same fucking page. It wouldn't even be no need to turn the page, because on one thing, if we didn't agree on nothing, that should have been something that everybody agreed upon. That nigga is a sick fuck. Don't know him, never had no exchange with him, don't care to. But as long as I know of you on paperwork, I know of you all I need to know of you, which makes me not want to know you, and to know that women is willing to stand and share a platform with you, or even have the nerve to stand up for anything that has to do with you, makes me sick to my fucking stomach. And I just wanted to know what makes Maine and Jarvis Butts any different. Somebody come to the front and tell me. Somebody let me know what's the difference between Maine not so funny, sick fuck ass, and Jarvis Butts, sick fuck ass. What's different? Jarvis had text messages. Maine got text messages. Jarvis was on papers. Maine is on fucking papers. Jarvis was a sick fuck. Maine is a sick fuck. What's the difference? What's the difference? That's why I put him on my thumbnail just right along with Jarvis Butts, because I want them and people to know that there's people like Jarvis Butts still out here free, able to hurt another victim possibly. And when you got people talking about they still eating Thanksgiving dinner with a victim, it goes to show you how unprotected victims actually goddamn be. So when you got people out here attacking a woman for what they saying may be true and may be fucking false, but we know SA is a real thing, and this fucking sick fuck is on paper. Fuck the bitch you arguing with. What about the sick fuck that's on the paper with the paperwork? Help me explain it. Help me explain it. Help me explain it. So we're going to talk about drinking, prostitution, willfully giving up some ass for some cash, or whatever the conversation is. But the topic is not going to be the factors of a man that is out here robbing little girls of their innocence. Oh, no. Mm-mm. 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 Once you speak on something that has to do with anything that has to do with a trauma to me, it lets me know who you was to me the whole fucking time. And even though people go and say, oh, we don't know any of these fucking people anyway, this is just social media, this, that, and the third. Well, unfortunately, people get a little bit closer with some than others do. And sometimes people transfer information with some a little bit more than others do. I don't have back end conversations. I don't give a fuck who I'm cool with. If we ain't talking about business, we not talking about the fuck nothing. I'm not gonna get off work and still be conversating about the bitches that's at work. I'm going to be thinking about something that I can do conducive once I get back to work. So if it has something to do with bringing something to something I already have, then so be it. I'm all for that. But far as me checking in with bitches to still talk about the same bitches that I done seen where I was at all day, I've never had the niche for that. I mean, I've never. Maybe it's because I'm not the type of person to talk about people. Never have, and I never will be. To each their own. But I'm not focused on what somebody else ain't doing. I'm focused on what I'm out here trying to do myself. So if I was watching somebody else, that would take the focus off of me. And I'm never going to take the focus off of me, because I'm the person that's going to pull me through whatever situations I need to get through, whether it's a goal, a growth, or a go. The triple G, baby. And anytime you get stuck with the crabs in the bucket, you falling off. You failing yourself, because you have the choice in life to respond or not respond as an adult. You hear that? As an adult, you have the choice to respond or not to respond. You have the choice to interact or not interact, engage or disengage. And I'm just good at making great choices for myself when it comes to stuff like that, because when you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who the fuck you is. So I'm not gonna argue with no bitch about who I am. And if you feel I'm whoever you say I am, then that's your fucking opinion. You have it. But far as using my voice for some bullshit, no, I'd rather use my voice for some real shit. This is a topic in a conversation that I would like my voice to be attached to, not another female and her bum ass and what she got going on or don't not going on, because you could have all the shit in the world and still be a bum ass bitch, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So that does not mean anything. The way you carry yourself in the morals you have is what brings value to you as a person. And you can be more valuable as a person putting your voice to things that actually can benefit someone else. Me making Brianna videos, people may not feel that it's conducive. The saga is dead and this, that, and the third. No, the saga is just starting because it actually showed the people that was in the fucking saga, and that's a saga all within its goddamn self. But when you put out actions to show people the view of what actions a person is able to take on, there may be somebody in that person's life that they know just like that. They may be blocking or dodging a problem from somebody in their life just like that. People got sons, people got grandsons, nephews, uncles, fathers, okay, that they would not want a woman out here lying on them or carrying themselves in a certain way that may violate them as a man in any way. So when you got a group of women out here that was willing to rally for somebody or rally for something that they wasn't sure of, but not willing to rally for something that they definitely have proof of, that's the most confusing shit in the world to me. Somebody's going to have to make it make sense. Somebody definitely gonna have to make it make sense, because at this point it don't. At this point it definitely don't make sense. So me personally, I came to have this conversation because I felt like it was a conversation that needed to be had. I am in the process of doing a video on this situation, but I wanted to come and do this live because I actually had a question for the people. And if y'all could find out that answer for me, then please relay a message to me either in my comments or however you able to get the answer to me, that what makes Maine and Jarvis Butts any difference. Now, to me, I see no difference. But if someone could possibly find a difference, because you know people find a way to find anything and everything with something. But if there's a way that they could find that information for me that makes them different, we already got and I wish I would have put a poll up here on this live, right? For the A, B, or C, how many people think that he is still guilty, that he should be treated as someone that is guilty, and should he basically be able to be, or how could I put that into terms? How could I say that one? Is because what they say he did in his past, should he get a pass? But let me know what the difference is, because Tay definitely didn't see one. But good night to everybody. Much love to anybody that unfortunately had to deal with a situation like this. Definitely justice for ZIYAH Harris. Okay. And how can I say, a slow death to the people out there that choose to be like Jarvis Butts or are Jarvis Butts like Maine. Anyway, God is good all the time, y'all. Love is love. Make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out if y'all didn't hit that like button on your way in. And I definitely appreciate you guys coming through, listening to me, and supporting me in any way that you chose to while I was on this live. Everybody have a blessed night. And be careful what you say, because your mouth can definitely be a weapon, baby.